Hi friends, welcome to Adda 24/7. We are in a Sankalpa series of covering important theory and objective questions for RBWM. So today we'll be dealing with this some theory part as well as some objective questions. So watch the video till the end. So here we are today covering chapter 1. So chapter 1 introduction part of RBWM, very important chapter because this forms the base of your total RBWM subject. Okay, so let's start. So here first immediately here we immediately start without wasting any time as such. So introduction. What are banks basically? Banks are FIs or financial institutions that perform deposit and lending functions. So important part of banking is deposit and lending, right? So what do? What is deposit and what is lending? We call them liabilities and assets. Here deposits are called as deposits. These are called as liabilities for the bank. Liabilities for the bank we are talking here. Liabilities. Okay. And for the asset, this lending loans, these are known as assets. Okay, assets for the bank. So deposits and loans. From where does the bank earn money? Bank earns money from loans. Your bank earn money. From where does the bank means give money to the customers? Through deposits. Goes, okay, loses, expense. Okay, so this is all the model of banking. Complete model of banking lies over here only. Get the money from loans using interest and give the money to the deposits using interest. Okay. Now there are various types of banks in India and each is responsible to perform different functions. Okay. Various banks means there are n number of types of banks. Now understand the types first. Okay. Very important classification over here. One is central bank. Central bank means what? Here we have RBI. Central bank in India is RBI. Okay. RBI. Then we have cooperative banks. Mainly cooperative banks are situated in Middle India and South India. North India there are lesser cooperative banks, but there are some as such. What are cooperative banks? Cooperative banks are formed using by the members themselves by depositing the money capital and they start a bank themselves. It is generally started as a cooperative society. Cooperative banks are governed by the Cooperative Societies Act. Okay. Then there are commercial banks. Now what are these commercial banks? Commercial banks are of two types. Always remember. One is nationalized bank. This nationalized. And second is private bank. Okay. Private. So these are the two types of these commercial banks. Commercial banks means what? They are limited by shares. Limited by shares means what? They can be traded in the stock market. Cooperative banks can't be traded in the stock market. Okay. Then we have RRBs, regional rural banks. Now these are banks formed by the sponsor banks. Generally what happens? One of these becomes the sponsor of these RRBs. Okay. One of these banks, nationalized or private, becomes the sponsor of the RRBs. Okay. Then there are local area banks. Local area banks mean these are limited to certain areas, small banks. Then we have specialized banks. Specialized banks means what? For example, I'll give this SIDB, Small Industrial Development Bank. Okay, so these are specialized banks that is only for industrial development. Then you have NABARD, right? NABARD. These banks don't have their own branches as such. Okay, they don't perform the function of saving current, etc. But specialized banks means SIDB, NABARD. They are specialized in this. NABARD is specialized in agriculture. SIDB is specialized in this small industrial development. What do you mean by small industrial development? Means MSME we call it. MSME. SME, right? That is MSME. And NABARD is for agri. Agri and not only agri related. Agri and related, not only agri, because related is also an important word. There are many industries in the overall India which are not agri but they are related to agri. Means, for example, suppose if I am having, let's say, agriculture, let's call these two separately. Suppose if I am having mango trees, so I'm having mango. And if I have a factory which can extract the pulp from this, so then I'll get a mango juice separately, pulp separately. So this is related activity. What do we drink that fruity, and what are all these? Fruity or many other juice companies, isn't it? What are these? These are agri related. Then we have small finance banks. What are small finance banks? These are newly developed in 2015-16. Okay. RBI has given permission to these small finance banks. Many are there. Utkar Small Finance Bank, Equita Small Finance Bank. Many banks are there. Okay. So here I'll cover one important part which is asked in the exam many times. That is RRB. These are special types of commercial banks that provide concessional credit to agriculture and rural sector. So they provide concessional credit specifically to agri and rural only. Okay. RRBs were established in 1975 and are registered under the RRB Act 1976. Okay. So this comes in exam. RRBs were established when? 1975. When are they registered? They are registered under RRB Act 1976. Okay. RRBs are joint ventures between central government, state government and a commercial bank. This I told you, this is known as a sponsor bank. Sponsor. Okay. Sponsor bank. So for example, we have Vico Bank, Vidarbha Konkan Bank. You just check it on the internet. Vidarbha Konkan Gramin Bank, they call it. So the sponsor bank for that is Bank of India. Bank of India sponsors this. There are many these RRBs in India as such. Okay. So this is the basic structure of RRB. And otherwise these are nationalized banks. They function same as nationalized banks. Everything else is a nationalized bank. Scale is nationalized banks. Salaries are nationalized banks. Okay. Only the point is they have a sponsor bank, which is basically this nationalized or private bank. It can be a private bank also. Okay. Now before going ahead, download Adda 24/7 app on your mobile. In this app, you will be getting the premium study material plus live classes, ebooks, tests, everything you will be getting. What all do you require for clearing JAIIB? Tell me. We require always only 3 to 4 things. Okay. What are those? Here, firstly, we require the lectures, right? Hold on. Yeah. Firstly, we require the lectures. So we have online lectures over here. Then we require books. Then we have ebooks over here. Ebooks. Okay. Ebooks. Then we require to check our knowledge. We require some tests. So tests are also available. So everything is available on this app. Download it immediately and start studying, isn't it? Now let's come to the question bank, question time. Question time means we will be asking simple questions. Simple means which can be asked in the exam and which are the basic ones. So bank passbook is what? It is issued by the banks, contains the transaction details of the bank account, shows the balance in the account and all of the above. So type fast in the comment section. Bank passbook is what? Issued by the bank, contains transaction details of the bank account, shows the balance, or is it all of the above? Everyone? Okay, have you seen, you might be having that passbook printing machine in your bank, isn't it? Passbook printing. What is that? It's nowadays automated. Now even we have the kiosk for passbook printing, right? So always remember, bank passbook gives the detailed transaction. Detailed means every transaction which is done in that account, detailed transaction statement. Every transaction which happens in that account is given over there. Even if it is done for 10 paise, even that much is debited, it will be shown in that transaction. Okay. That's why nowadays we have that problem. Why? Because in UPI we are purchasing everything, right? Suppose if you give it 10 rupees to the tea for drinking tea. So that 10 rupees also comes in your statement. So the statement becomes huge. Okay. So what is the bank passbook coming again? It is issued by the bank. Of course, it is issued by the bank because this is a property of the bank actually, remember. It contains the transaction details of the bank account, correct? and shows the balance in the account, isn't it? So balance is the last part shown over here. Suppose if you have 10 transactions, so all 10 will be shown, debit, credit will be shown, and then there will be a balance part over here, right? So debit, credit, and balance, right? So this balance is the final balance always. Okay? Bank pays interest on deposits, loans, both A and B, and none of them. Now tell me. Bank pays interest. We want pays interest on what? Deposits or loans or both? Bank pays interest on both. Deposits, isn't it? On loans, we earn interest. Here we earn. That is the income source for the bank. Right? That is the basic function, isn't it? Just now I told you. So, it is deposits. Bank charges interest on, obviously, now loans. Right? That is the earning. Everyone, subscribe to Officers Adda 24/7 YouTube channel. In this channel, you will be getting the latest updates. Number one, latest updates on JAIIB and CIB updates. Okay. Second, you have free YouTube series, free. Okay, free YT series. So this series means like the one which you are watching right now. You have many important YouTube series on all the subjects. So that's why watch it immediately, subscribe to it, click on the bell icon. Education loans cover what? Now this is very important question from exam point of view. Education loan covers what? It covers tuition fees and expenses. Now what do I mean by this? Tuition fees means whatever fees I am paying. So does it cover the donation part which I am paying? Suppose in some colleges they ask for donation, right? So it does not cover donation, but if that donation is taken with a receipt under the name of building fee if they take it and they give a receipt for this, okay, if they take it building fees, then it is covered in the education loan. Expenses, suppose if I am doing the education abroad, so going there, plane ticket, staying there, everything is covered in education loans. Suppose my college uniform, all the things required in the college, laptops, computers, those expenses. So those are all covered in this education loans. So they are repayable after completion of the course. Now there is one more condition in this. Completion of the course means what? Course completion plus 1 year. This is the rule. Course completion plus 1 year. This is the general rules followed. So after I complete, suppose if I am for engineering, then in engineering, 4 years of engineering plus 1 year for getting the job. Okay, so that is covered under this education loan. Granted for studies in India and abroad, obviously, isn't it? For abroad also it's granted, India also it's granted. So answer is what? D, all of the above, isn't it? Business correspondent means, now what is this BC? This BC you might be having in your banks also, all of you. BC, this is a private party actually. This is similar to DSA, I will call it. Similar to DSA, okay? We only name it BC, otherwise it's after all the DSA only. Okay? What is the BC? An agent who provides banking service, an agent of the business house, the type of money lender, and none of the above. So BC is what? Agent who provides banking service, correct? What all jobs does the BC do now in your bank? What all jobs does the BC do? BC does all the repetitive jobs. Repetitive means what? Cash collection, cash giving, that is also done by the BC. Then account opening, documents collections. Account can be opened by the BC, but documents collection can be done by the person. Okay. So all the repetitive jobs which do not require a decision making part are covered by the BC. Okay. Generally the BC is used by the banks in not only cities now, it's used in the rural areas also, where the bank cannot reach. Suppose here there are some villages where there are only 20 houses. So is it feasible for the bank to open a branch over there? No. So what does it do? It opens a BC over there, business correspondent. So this person gives them the all banking services And this person not only covers this 20 houses here. If this person covers only, this BC covers only 20 houses, even he can survive, he or she. So this BC covers, like these 20 houses, some 3 to 4 villages, 4, 5, 10 villages. Okay. So these 10 villages, one day in this village, second day in this village, this is how the BC functions. Generally, I've seen in rural areas, the BC has days fixed when to go in some area. Okay. So one day in this area, other day in this area, like this. Then in this way, the BC also earns properly. Otherwise, why will the BC work? If it works only for 20 houses, he can't even survive and he can't even get his bread and butter, isn't it? So that's why BC is a private party who provides banking services to the areas where we cannot reach. As a branch, we cannot reach. Okay. Internet banking refers to operation of accounts through internet, through app, both A and B, and none of them. So, what is it? Internet banking. Is it only related to internet or is it through app also? What is app? What do you do on the app? App is also related to internet only. 4G, 5G, 3G, all these things, right? So, both A and B. Okay. Who can open a savings bank account in India? The question seems to be simple, but it's not that simple. Indian citizen, NRI, illiterate, all of them. Anyone? Who can open the savings account? Can NRI open the savings account? Or should the option be this E? Only A and C. A and C, no B. Who can open the savings account? The answer is D, all of the above. NRI also has the accounts. NRI has the accounts of mainly NRE, NRO, and FCNR. These are the three main accounts of NRI. Okay. Even illiterate can open the account. Any Indian citizen, even the minor, can open the account. But of course, with the guardian, there is a sub-condition to this. If the minor is about 10 years, that minor can open a sole account. Okay. PAN number is required for deposits less than 50,000, deposits in excess of 1 lakh, deposits of 50,000 and above in a single day, all transactions. So where is PAN number required? Less than 50 or more than 50? Okay, let's consider this only, A or C. It is C. Deposits of 50,000 and above in a single day. TDS as per income tax means time deposit scheme, total deposit scheme, tax deducted at source, and none of the above. So TDS as per Income Tax Act means it is tax deducted at source. You can get a refund of this if you file your ITR and if your income is less than the required this slab. Okay. Maximum amount of check is, what is the maximum amount of check you can give? 100 crores? No limit. 1 crore? None of the above. Okay, how much check can you write? How big check can you write? Is it 100 crores? It is no limit. Okay, I can write a check of any amount, isn't it? Now let me discuss this batch. See this. Sankalpa batch for RBW. All the 4 subjects are covered: numericals, objective questions, case studies, everything is covered. Join it ASAP. Okay, starting from August 4. Join it ASAP. Here it's now starting, so you won't lose. And when is your exam? Just in October. So join fast. Okay. Now, how to join this? Okay, I'll show you. I would always suggest you to go through Adda 24/7 on the app itself. Okay, let's go to Adda 24/7. There I'll show you. In the app, you are getting 1% extra using the coin systems. So join this app actually. Download the app and join it. Okay. So go to Adda 24/7. Click on JAIIB and CIB. You'll see the JAIIB October 23. Click on JAIIB October 23. Now you'll see this detail. Sankalpa batch. Okay, October 4th. Join this. Click on this. You'll see the details over here. Recorded classes, and then interactive classes, limited size batch. Now, important part about recorded videos is if you miss out on this class any day, you can definitely get back to it. Very important. This PDFs are shared, handouts are shared. Already 80% off you are getting. See this JC80 code, already 80% off. So what do you need more? Click on buy now. Okay. Then already 80% is applied over here. You need not apply any code now. Just click on continue. Look at this fees, 19,999 reduces to 3,999.80. Such a huge discount. Join SAP. Even you can join the Mahapack. I'll tell you what is the Mahapack. Mahapack means one of the best things. Multiple batches per subject. See this JIB and CIB. Click on this JIB Mahapack now. Right now, look at this double validity is going on. 80% off and double validity. Look at this 12 plus 12 months. You're getting this. 47,034 and the fees reduces to 9,406. 80% off plus 24 months. Join it ASAP. Okay. Just click on continue. Code is already applied, so you need not apply any code now. Okay. I'll be back tomorrow with another series. Till then, keep studying and importantly, join the batches ASAP because exams are very near.